Welcome to this all levels bodyweight strength training flow. Today we're going to have a nice comprehensive workout that's going to be suitable for all levels of skill. So if you're trying out and a beginner, we're going to add modifications in there for you so you're going to feel comfortable. And if you're seasoned, you're still going to be able to get a nice, strong, comprehensive, full bodyweight strength training workout. So welcome to A Moment to Move. My name is Garen, and when you're ready, meet me in a hands and knees position and let's find that moment to move. So I'm going to turn to face you so you can see a little bit easier what I'm doing. But I'm going to place my knuckles down underneath my shoulders and my knees are underneath my hips. And then from there, I'm going to open up my wrists. So I'm rolling onto the back of my hands and we're going to call these reverse press ups. And then we're going to lower down, open up the hands, push back up, close the hands and roll back over. So we've got about 10 of these reverse wrist press ups. That's 2. Try to move with the breath. It's always nice to work into the flexion here. 4, 5, and give the wrists a little bit of a stretch before we get into them and utilize them. 6, close in, back of the hands, nose to the mat, push back up. 8, 9, 10. From there we can shake out the wrists. I'm going to come to face lengthways of my mat and we're going to roll back into a squat. So you come down to the lowest position that's available for you and we're going to walk ourselves out to plank. So if plank's not an option for you, you can always come down onto your knees, walk the hands forward, and there you are on knee plank, and then you're going to drop one elbow down, the other elbow down, elbow back to the hand, and then walk your hands back, roll over the feet and come back into that squat position. And if plank's easy for you or accessible, you can walk yourself forward into that plank, tuck that tailbone under, shoulder blades down the back and drop down onto the forearms and push back up. And then again, walk the hands back and sit back into the hips. So what we're doing with this exercise is we're just warming up the shoulder girdles and getting into our hip flexors here. So take the option that's comfortable for you. Try rotating the elbow switches. So left elbow first this time, walking back into that squat. Come forward. Now go to the right elbow first, so the right elbow lowered down. Try to keep that engagement and the hips level as you come down. Push yourself up and walk yourself back. We're engaging the thighs as we walk ourselves back and we have that crouching position. And last one, roll over the toes, walk the hands forward, straight into your plank. Left elbow down first, squeezing the glutes, engaging your thighs, left hand, right hand, and then just walk yourself back into that squat position. And this time we're going to do one more walkout and we're going to come into a downward facing dog. So push down with the heels and we're still going to come forward into that plank from this downward facing dog, and we're just going to roll forward through the spine into that high plank, tucking the tailbone under. Again, you have the option to have the tailbone tucked under, push away from the ground, gentle dome in the back from your knees. And then what position you've taken, I'll start with my knees. You take one hand back and then you just push yourself back into that downward facing dog and then touch the left hand to the right toes. And again, you can lower the knees down and come back onto the hands and knees. And if you've got plank position, you take one arm back and push down and come across the body and then lower back. There's 2. Take the option that's available for you. Pushing forward, stretching out through the right shoulder. There's 3, squeezing the glutes under as you come back into the plank. 4, place the hand back. And 5. So we're really warming up the shoulder here. And as we come forward, this time we're going to place the hand behind the other hand across the body. So it's probably about a hand distance away from the other one. And again, you can come down onto your knees, and we're just going to take some uneven push-ups. So you want to spin the eyes of the elbows forward, tuck that tailbone under, and we're going to lower down, keeping the elbows close to the side body, and then push ourselves back up. There's one. And again, if you want to do it with knees off the ground, we lower down halfway, push back up. There's 1, 2, and we just call these uneven press ups. 3, lower down halfway, push back up for 4. There, we're going to spin to the outer edge of the right foot, inside edge of the left foot. If you need the knee down, take the knee down, and we're just coming into a side plank. So take your variation, and from here we're just going to take some hip dips. So we're going to drop that right hip down to the ground, pushing into the ground with the shoulder. And if you're in that side plank, again, same thing, you lower your hip down to the ground and then push yourself back up. So there's 1, take your option, lower down, push back up. There's 2, 3, keep pushing into the ground. 4, hoist the hips up as high as you can, engage in your butt cheeks. 5. If you're in no knee down side plank, let's bring that knee down. So now you want to sort of stacked under the hips. You want to maybe shift your right hand a little bit further forward and then lift that back leg up. So you've got the left leg hovering, and then you're just going to lower that down to the ground and lift it back up. So we're working the outer glute on the left hand side and also into that side body as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll take 7 of these. 7, and then from there we can spin that left leg forward, spin that right leg behind you. We're going to take two different options here for your crescent lunge. So you can come up onto your toes and lower back down, or you can come up into that, again, low crescent lunge, and then from there you want to reach your arms over your head, and as you straighten your legs, you're going to reach back with the left hand overhead. Right hand's going to grab the back of the right calf, and then we lower down halfway into that crescent lunge. If you're taking the other option, place your knee down, bring it up halfway, and again, right hand to the right calf, left hand overhead. So we're stretching all through that side body. So take your option. There's 2, lower down halfway. 3, arm overhead, straighten that right leg, lower down, squeezing the glute on the right side. 4, up, lower down, and 5. So we're working that quad, stretching out through the side body. Lower down halfway, step the back leg to meet the front leg, and take a gentle forward fold at the top of your mat. And from there, we're going to step back into our downward facing dog, and we're going to switch over to the other side. So again, you can take the knees down as you shift forward into your plank, and then you're going to reach the right hand across your body, grabbing the outside of your left leg, and then you're going to roll forward into that plank. Take your option, and then we're going to swing across the body. There's 2, 3, again still stretching out that side body, just opening up that left shoulder a little bit more. 4, and 5. Bring that navel to the spine as you push back, and then we're going to place that right hand behind the left hand, but to the side, so you've got a hand width apart, and then from there we're going to take those uneven push-ups once again. Again, the option is for you to be on your knees. 2, 3, 4, spin the eyes of the elbows forward. 5, and then from there we're going to take that side plank. So outer edge of the left foot, inner edge of the right. Knee down is your option. push away from the ground and spin your eyes or the elbows forward. I'm going to take the high option, and I'm going to lower that hip down to the ground and then push back up, squeezing the glutes and engaging the thighs and not collapsing into that shoulder. 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you're at the height, bring that left knee under, raise that right leg up. You may want to shift the weight forward into that right shoulder a little bit more, and we're going to lower down to the ground and come back up. There's 1, 2, so you're squeezing the glutes, 3, 4, and 5. Lower down, spin the left leg around, bring that right leg out in front of you, and here we are in that crescent lunge position. So we're in low lunge at the moment. So your options are, once again, you can raise that left knee up, stretch your arms back and lower that knee down. If you want, you can stay in this low high crescent lunge, and then you can come up with straight legs, reaching back with the right hand overhead and grabbing the left calf with your left hand, and then lower down halfway. So pick your option, and we have 2, lower down. It's just a nice side body stretch, and really engaging that thigh. If we squeeze the butt cheeks on the left hand side. 4, straighten the legs, and 5, lean back a little bit more, bend into that front knee, step forward, and then come down into a squat. Place the hands behind you, keep your bum off the ground, and push into the ground, pull the shoulder blades onto your back, and we're just going to raise up for reverse tabletop, squeezing your glutes, and we're just going to work the back line of the body a little bit more. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, nice and gentle, 5. Again, working into those glutes, working into those hammies, and opening up through the chest and the shoulders. 6, 7, and on 8 we hold for 8 seconds. 8, keep the engagements. Head can be leaning back or looking forward. 7, 8, and lower back down onto your bum. Keep the feet where they are, but roll onto your back. And we'll just do a little bit of ab work. So nice and simple. We're just going to bring the chest up. We're going to come over and touch your right hand to your right heel and switch over to the other side. So there's 1, bring that navel to the spine. 2, make sure the lower back's pushing into the ground. 3, and the chest is reaching up to the sky. 4, nice and slowly. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the knees into the chest and roll up. You can now extend the legs away from you. Let's take a gentle forward fold. Flex the toes. Grab the outside of your feet onto your shins. Whatever is accessible to you, take the option. Bring the chin to the chest to stretch the back line of the body. You want to lean into one hip, bring the shoulder up, and switch over to the other side. It's like a sort of forward fold walkout. It's quite nice for the lateral lines of the body. And then from there, we're just going to take a simple cross-legged position. And you can grab the outside of your head, place your hand down to the ground, so right hand's to the ground, left hand's on the outer side of the right side of your head. And you're just going to pull that head towards the left shoulder, extend the right arm away. You feel a nice stretch coming all the way down the right hand side of your arm, the outside, the right side of your neck. Take an inhale, exhale, let it out, and just switch over to the other side. And come back to a seated position. And from here you can take a seat, you can lay down on your back and close your eyes. And I'd like to say thank you for joining me at A Moment to Move. So I hope you enjoyed this all levels bodyweight strength training flow. I've tried to make it as all encompassing as I can, full body, total package, and accessible for everyone at all levels. Of course, if you want to retake the class, you can add on reps, pause parts here and there, and do a little bit more reps for yourself. You can retake the class. But yeah, thank you for joining me at A Moment to Move. Please let me know how this was for you in the comment section below. And if you want to try more workouts with me, there's plenty on the channel. And yeah, thank you for joining me at A Moment to Move. And I'll see you on the next one.